Okay. Hi, Liz. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. All right, we're get back-to-back Liz Kranyak today, giving us some insights into the world of custom jewelry design. And one of the things that I was more interested in that we touched on previously is how technology has sort of evolved and revolutionized aspects of the custom jewelry design industry. I think jewelry is like sort of perceived to be a kind of like historical occupation. People have been making jewelry for centuries now.
Yep.
And only recently has obviously the internet and different types of technology really come into play. So talk to me a little bit how technology has changed the aspects of your design process from when you started in this industry versus to where we're at today.
This is a great time to be in jewelry. I mean, it's changed so much from how we used to do things to how they are now. And a lot of that has been due to 3D printing and 3D imaging. How we used to do this was we would draw out a sketch. This would be a very beautiful rendering that would take the artist maybe 3 hours to do, painstakingly gouaching everything to make it shiny and beautiful, and be like, "This is our piece. What do you think?" And then the client would be like, "I don't know." And then we would just keep going from there, from sketches to renderings to a hand carved wax, which
Okay.
I mean, they still have their place in the world, but the world is changing from how we do things with casting. We lost short history on lost wax casting. So we take the wax goes into plaster gets melted out. So the wax gets melted out of the plaster, and then we have our mold.
Okay.
And then we pour a gold in. So just very, very quickly, that's how a ring is made in 5 seconds.
Okay.
So from our hand-carved wax, which is, I mean, there's drawbacks to it. It wasn't as exact because it's carved by a human.
Yeah.
There wasn't as much detail because it's carved by a human, and it takes a lot more time. So how we do it now is we can get an incredible amount of detail in a short amount of time through our 3D printing,
Okay.
and still have a great piece. So, I mean, so much changed.
So how does, can you just for the layperson, I'm not really that familiar. So how does 3D printing work in your design process?
So, I mean, I may, instead of taking 3 hours to make that drawing, what I
Hmm.
do is pull up the design in my computer program, make a picture, like a JPEG that I can email to you and say, get the design approved, and then it goes off to our printer. 3D printings, they look like this. They're very brittle, but you can get a surprising amount of detail out of these.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that does
So,
look really intricate.
yeah. And this, I mean, this would take multiple days to carve, and this took maybe 1 day for me to make, and then 1 day for it to print. So
Okay.
we just cut down a lot of time and did a whole lot of detail. So there's a crest in there.
Wow. Now, would you go to that stage of 3D printing after somebody has already okayed a drawing or okayed a design?
Yes.
Okay.
Just because of the time and the materials that it takes to get them. So after the design is approved, we get this wax in, and then you can come in and view it and hold it and say, "Oh, yep, that's exactly what I want." This wax is going to be made into metal.
Got it. So there's going to be no surprises on the other end because 3D printing is taking care of that. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
And I'm sure for sizing too, that's incredibly helpful. As well, of course, as I mean, I can imagine there must be some built-in cost benefits.
So I mean, the sizing it's hard to try on these waxes. They're really brittle. It's a wax polymer mix, so they'll break if we put them all the way onto the finger. But what it does is it goes, "Oh yeah, I can get an idea of how big that's going to be or how
Gotcha.
small it's going to be." But
And
um, sorry.
so I was just going to say, and with not having to use so many extra raw materials as was done just mere decades ago, has that allowed jewelry to maintain a lower price point or more accessible price point in some cases?
I think so because there's less man hours that are being used to make the waxes now. We're able to do it so much faster, and it's made it so much easier to reach a client that is not just local. I mean, we have pieces that have gone as far as Paris, France, just through email.
Wow.
So, and shipping, and wonderful shipping. So.
Yeah, that's amazing. I was gonna ask. I mean, you obviously see that your business has been able to grow because you're able to now work with clients remotely, doing everything online.
Exactly.
Wow, that's amazing. And are there any aspects still of like the design process within custom jewelry where you think there's an area of opportunity for technology to even further synthesize things?
Having a printer that would print in metal, I think they're working on that. It's not there yet, but having something that to CAD in metal would be just, yes, here we go, here's your print, and here's your ring. I mean, that would be incredible. They're doing that with plastics now with 3D printing, so I mean, you can print a pair of shoes if you really want to. So being able to print a ring, I think, would be great. That's like my dream for many, many decades in the future. um, I, I think that would be really something to go to look forward to.
Would that just help you, of course, in being able to shorten the timeline for when people come in and they have a design and you agree on design versus when you can actually give them the product and therefore you can obviously work with more people?
Exactly.
Cool. And just one last question. Just as a designer, how do you feel technology has really helped you to develop as an artist and as and as somebody that's doing this job and has done for many years?
My work has gotten a lot more intricate because of this. So, I mean, it used to be really organic, free-flowing, and from this, I can do really small, minute details and really great filigree, really beautiful antique look, just by being able to do it on the computer versus hand carving it. So, yeah.
Oh, and then that allows you to kind of like, spread your creative wings a little bit. Show off your artistry.
Yeah, but doing very, very fine detail in a short amount of time. So.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you, Liz, once again for always being so lovely and giving us so much insight into what you guys do over there at Premier Gems and how 3D printing has helped you be able to help the client achieve the more exact, precise dream piece that they have in their mind. So thank you, as always, and I will be talking to you next week.
Always great to be here. All right. See you next week. Bye.